And here go chapter 3. Watch it. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Y'all back. So we gonna get right back into it. Now we left off. These hoes was standing around the corner. They were chopping it up, getting to know each other. So we gonna pick it back up. They on the corner. Nighttime. Jordan turned her first trick. Not Jordan, but Suzanne then turned her first trick. And she back out there chopping it up with Sheba and Joy. Well, they do this all night. One go in, two go in, one come out, two go out. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. They getting this money all night long. Then you got to the morning time, the sun that came up, and they out there talking and walking, stalking, do what they do. Holding the block down, making this money for fancy. And as the sun come up, Joy let them know this is about time for them to start making the breakfast walk. Now, the breakfast walk is the walk they do from 76 and Hofstad over to South Cottage Grove Ave. You from Chicago, you know. They go to a diner over there called Daly's, where they always, you know, getting the Belgian waffles and the chicken. So they started making they walk over there. They walking, you know, Suzanne thinking about her mom and her sister again. All the stuff they be saying, it's fucking with her for a second, but you know, it don't fuck with her too long. She didn't threw it out the money and threw it out her mind because she think about this money she done made. She didn't, you know what I'm saying, handle her business tonight. Joy and she been in and taught her how to get down. They teach her the tricks of the trade, and she made down to $5,000. Thing is, it was hard work, and she don't know if she can keep doing it like that. But hey, as of right now, she got what she needed to have for fancy, and that's all she really gave a damn about. So on the other side of town, you got Shorty and Fancy riding, and Fancy is looking for another one of his newer hoes. Go by the name of Tammy. And he looking for Tammy. And as he riding, he saw something in the alley and made him just, you know what I'm saying, dude almost blew a fuse. And what it was is, he could have swore he saw his hoe, but he saw her with another pimp. So Shorty, hey, back this motherfucker up. So he threw that bitch in reverse. And he looked, and sure enough, he seen a pimp named Silk in the alley talking to his hoe. Now the thing about Silk is, you would think a pimp named Silk would be a pretty smooth motherfucker. No. Silk is black as hell, and his face is cratered up. This man got craters all in his face. So that's the difference between, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you call a little bitty ass dude Big John or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a big ass dude and you call him Tiny. I'm filming right now. What's up with you though? One of them situations. This nigga named Silk, but he's an ugly, bumpy face motherfucker. So as Fancy see him getting out the car, see him in the alley talking to his hoes, Fancy slide out this bitch, and he walking up to him, he approached him from the back. And he told him, he kind of yelled out like, hey nigga, is you lost your cotton picking mine? So the Silk spin around real fast and he see him, these motherfuckers got history. They done got into it a few times. You know what I'm saying, about Silk trying to poach Fancy hoes. So when Silk turned around, he told him, now Cat Daddy, these two want to be together. That's when Silk noticed it's another hoe standing here in this alley. And Silk is trying to explain, but out of nowhere, BOW! Fancy slapped the shit out this man like he was a hoe. And before he could do anything, Paul, let me tell you what's going on. Like I say, This man, this man, then tried to take a few of Fancy hoes, and they didn't got into it over. But the thing about the females is, and Fancy don't know this yet, but these females, they know each other. They kind of like sisters. See, a few months back, they met at a bus station in Memphis. One of them from Arkansas, one of them from Mississippi. But they met in Memphis. And they came to Chicago together. And they started out roommates. But when shit got bad, they started hustling together. And they ended up with this pimp. But jail and some other things split them two up. And last night they bumped into each other again after on the street working. And they trying to come up with a plan that they want to, you know what I'm saying, get back together. They kind of like sisters. They want to be together. And Silk had it in his mind that he was going to take the girl in, but the thing about Fancy is Fancy not going. Bro, you done played with me too many times. So as this man sitting there holding his face with his mouth wide open, Fancy looking at him like, bro, I don't want to hear shit you got to say. I told you what I was going to do to you. I told you what was going to happen. Your boy pull out the razor blade real quick, the little switchblade. And he coming in Fancy, pow! What a slap this time. My boy Shorty down there at the corner got good aim. He shot down the alley and hit this man in the damn ankle. Now he jumping around holding the damn leg, screaming, my foot, you motherfucker. You shot me in my goddamn foot. Fancy pushed the man over on the ground. Now as he pushed him over on the ground, he talked to him calmly, you know what I'm saying, let him know how he done fucked up. And then he look over at little mama and he walk over to her and he asked her, hey, let me ask you a couple questions. You want to stay down here in the gutter with this motherfucker? Or you want to slide over here in the royalty and live the fancy life? And you know, like any other bitch at that time in that position, she chose the fancy life. So Fancy asked the second question, hey, how much money you got on you? And she told, I made $4,700 last night. He told her, okay, I tell you what, count it out. Put 1,000 in my hand and give him the other 37. And she counted the money out. She gave Fancy $1,000. And then she went over there and threw the other money on top of dude, $3,700. And she asked him, she said, I don't mean to be in your business or question you, but what the 1,000 for? You know what I'm saying? The rules of the game, that's his money. Thing about it is, that is his money. But Fancy totally like, look, I just hurt my hand on that nigga. And you can ask any one of my bitches, you hurt my hand, that's $1,000 fee. That nigga owed me 1,000. He took his money, told the girl, come on, get in the car. So they loaded up and got in the car. And they headed on across town to Daly's. So when they pull up to Daly's, you got the other hoes that already made it. They been out here waiting because Fancy a little bit late this morning. So you got Joy, Sheba, and Suzanne standing in front of Daly's, they waiting. And your boy pull up in the lack and let the window down. And he tell the other hoe to get out the car. They get out the car, all lined up. And Joy walk over and she hand Fancy the money through the window. She stepped back. He count the money. He tell her she can fall back in line. So then she would step up and she hand him the money through the window. He count the money. He tell her you can step back in line. So next is Susan, and she take her turn. She step up there and hand him the money. He count it out. He look at it. He tell her, You did good. I see you got all my money and a little extra. But next time, don't bring me no odd money. I need mine even. So if it ain't even, you take your ass back out there. You be a little bit late with my money. You bring my money. So she said, now, you can't let her think she done did too damn good, but you was at the bottom. You ain't did shit. Step your motherfucking game up around here. What the fuck you think going on? So, after he counted all the money in the car, he put his money in his safe space and he get out the car. And him and his hoe fall up in Davis to get their waffles and their chicken. Now, as he fall in, they know him up in here. They know these hoes. And they already know what's going on. They got a booth for him in the back. Go on back there, sit down. We're going to bring the food out for you. We're going to bring the place for everybody. So as he go in the back, Fancy doing what Fancy do. Being fancy, being loud, being seen, being heard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to notice Fancy because Fancy is that type of dude. Hey, if you ain't paying attention to him, he going to make you pay attention to him. So he's back here recounting the events of the morning, and he's loud as hell. So I slapped him. He hollering and jumping around. And Shorty shot him in the ankle. Shorty like to shoot a motherfucker in the ankle because Shorty's all damn near midget. So he like to bring a nigga down to his level. Shorty shot him in the ankle. You can see Fancy in the back hopping. Ah, my leg! My leg! He shot me in my goddamn foot! So everybody looking around laughing at Fancy. He got everybody's attention in the restaurant. Things calm down and they get to talking about what's going on. And Fancy let them know, like, look, we got just a few weeks until this here player ball jump off. And the player ball happen every year. And Fancy is like, you know what I'm saying? I know they hate on me every year. They don't want me to make it. They hate on me every year. But all that salt to kill a snail, they won't do nothing to a player. So let them keep hating. This year I got something for them. I'm going to be ready. It ain't going to be like last year or the year before. Now, nobody really knew what he meant besides Shorty and Joy because everybody else wasn't there the year before and the year before that. We're not going to get in there just yet. We're going to keep it moving. Try to get through the morning events. So, after he finished recounting everything that happened in the alley and telling everybody that story, he tells everybody his plan on how they gonna get ready for this players ball. The clothes, the cars, everything that's gonna happen. So, they finish eating, you know what I'm saying, and just chopping up and planning out. And he pulls Joy to the side and Fancy let Joy know, look, these two bitches here, I don't trust them yet. So I'm going to need you to pull a double. Joy didn't want to do it, but she understood what was going on. She knew her position, and she knew in order to keep their position, she was going to have to do the dirty work. So this morning, she was going to have to go right back out on the motherfucking strip, no shower, no sleep, no nothing, and keep an eye on these two bitches. Because Fancy didn't trust these bitches. So, that also means that it's going to be Sheba and Suzanne going back to the house. And at this point, he tells Shorty to go ahead and take Sheba and Suzanne on home. Now, let me stop you for a minute. We almost done. This ain't going to be too long. But, the new females, Tammy, and her homegirl, her sister is Lexus. These two look like Regina and Lavina. Whatever her name is. Out the Steve Harvey show. Them two. The principal and Sid White. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Okay. So not long after that, Shorty got Suzanne and Sheba in the car and took them home. When they get home, Shorty went to the kitchen like he was looking for some food, milled around for a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying, like he looking for something. This motherfucker ain't looking for nothing. He biding time. So Suzanne goes upstairs, and she finds the bag where her dress is at. And the dress is in the closet. The bag is, she got her stuff in there. She get to going through it and she finds her paper and pencil. She gets to writing a letter. She writing a letter home to her mama. And while she writing this letter home, Sheba is in the bathroom getting ready to take her shower. There was Shorty was waiting on. So Suzanne writing her letter, Sheba's in the shower. And while Sheba in the shower, Shorty comes down the hallway past the bathroom. There's a hall closet. In this hall closet is towels. But if you go to the very bottom shelf, up under that, the wall pushes in. And you got to be a little more like Shorty to get down here where this is at. So Shorty goes through the hole in his wall, and now he's in the wall beside the bathroom. And he has a way to look through this wall and see the girls when they're in the shower. And he's in here watching Sheba as she take a shower and he playing with himself like he always do. A little ass smoke, don't never get no ass. So he stands there, he watches, and he does what he do. It's kind of like Sheba knew because she also sat in the shower playing with herself, and he watched, and that nigga did what he did. You know what I'm saying? You done done it before. Maybe not like him, but you done done it. Anyway, so after that, he get out, get himself cleaned up, and Shorty get back to the car. He take off. While this is going on, Fancy has made it down the street to the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get a line on what's going on today. Put it into the streets, find out what's happening. And he also can't wait to get down and tell some of the people down in the barber shop about, you know what I'm saying, him and Silk, they little run-in this morning. So he doing that, and he see the lack when they pull up outside, like always, pull up outside, wait on him. But at this particular time, he's still telling his story and getting his shoes shined, so he don't rush outside. Shorty just sit in the car. Now, after a while, he noticed Shorty got out the car. And he came around to the driver's side, took his hat off, and he's just looking. You can't see into the barbershop, but he looking that direction. And if you could see, he would probably be looking dead at Fancy. But he's sitting here, and he got two black eyes. And Fancy noticed these black eyes. He don't say nothing. He don't, you know what I'm saying, break stride in this conversation. He keep it going. But finally, he eased outside, and he eased up to his guy, and he's like, nigga, what the hell happened to you? And Shorty goes into explaining, yeah, to run in with Officer O'Malley this morning. Officer O'Malley is just a passive-aggressive racist. You know, the type that hate a black man but want to fuck a black woman. He don't like pimps, but he love hoes. You know what I'm saying? So, Officer O'Malley is a troublemaker in the neighborhood. He harasses not only Fancy, but most pimps. He's been known probably, you know what I'm saying, to assault some hoes, rape them. You know what I'm saying? Make them have sex with them for free. That type of stuff. Threaten to bust them, threaten to take them in. You know what I'm saying? Just all around crooked dude. So, as you guess probably from what you heard so far, Fancy ain't the type of dude to really go for this type of shit. So, him and Officer O'Malley butts heads a lot. Like, them every time they see each other, him and Officer O'Malley is into it. Fancy been in jail some of the times behind dude. You know what I'm saying? It's really to the point where Fancy ready to off him. But, like he say, he looking at Shorty, looking at his dude. And Shorty, like, in a world where you don't really trust too many people, Shorty has been a consistent, you know what I'm saying, a consistent friend. And parents just don't take that type of shit like that. So, as you guess, it's gonna be some bullshit between Officer O'Malley and Fancy. And other than that, we're gonna catch it up in part 4. Chapter 4 coming, man. I'm gonna try not to keep y'all waiting so long for it, but it's on the way, man. Fuck with your boy. Long way. What's up, y'all? On some serious stuff, man. Look, mental health is real. And as men, we got to learn how to keep our emotions in check. See, the thing is, most of us was raised by women. And that created a dangerous situation because when you grow up, a lot of us have female emotional tendencies. And that don't make you gay, it make you dangerous. Because when you mix the female emotional tendencies with the male masculinity and the ego, you start doing things out of your feelings. And as men, we shouldn't do things out of our feelings. Because as men, we'll take somebody's life over how we feel. But the thing is, the next day we might feel different. That person ain't gonna get their life back. So, like I say, man, practice dealing with your emotions, man, and keeping them in check. Do things the long way, not the wrong way. We out.